All right, everybody, Rob Ferretti here, and I'm happy to report we've got some positive results, or at least we got some results. And I'm positive we have results. But my video about the potholes, and like, to be objective and not have a big head, several days after my video went live, road crews were out to repair the roads, or at least attempt to repair the roads. And I was driving in here today. See, this is repaired. I was driving in here today and I noticed that a couple of them have been filled in. Now let's jump out and show you. You can see that they took some of this soft, and I actually put footprints in it, some of this soft asphalt, and they filled in some holes. They filled in that one and some of that one. They filled in about, I don't know, just a little bit of this one. They left the rest of it falling apart. And they came, I don't know where the logic was, because they're like, all right, let's fill this one in, but leave that one and leave that one and leave that one. And then there's some of them that are absolutely enormous. Let's just take a walk over here. And I applaud the effort, but this is the problem with government, because this repair probably costs like $200,000. They sent guys out here. They repaired some of the road, not the rest of the road, but this road has got to be beyond its usable lifespan. This road has been going for, I don't know, let's just say more than 5 years, but you would expect them to repave roads, say, every 20 years, right? That would be fair. But like, look at these. I left my tape measure in the car. Like, this deserves treatment. Like, there's a pothole and a pothole and a pothole. Like, that's got 3 levels. And like, none of this has been touched. So they did just on the corner there, but they didn't do anything over here. Let's go down and check out the rest of the road and see what they did on the rest of Alfred. And like, my justification for over here was maybe that like half the buildings in Englewood, half of the buildings in Teaneck. So I figured the fact that they did just from here over, nobody ever took responsibility for this portion of the road. Is it private property? Does it belong there? Is it public road? Is it Englewood, Teaneck? They've always had no idea. So the fact that they fixed from here over, I figured meant that maybe this part was Englewood and that part was Teaneck. But it would just be a really weird coincidence that they both came out and fixed it. Let's go check out the rest of the road and see how we did. See, again, like, and I've learned that it's actually sort of better to go fast over this than it is to go slow, because you can sort of skim over the holes. See? So almost a little smoother, but it's awful. And I mean, you can't expect that. And this is sort of, I don't want to say I expected more. I expected somebody to at least notice, which I think has happened. And again, I don't know if they were out here just by coincidence or if they were out here because of my video. But these roads are still the worst. And now to come out and make these, oh yeah, they did repair over here as well. And let's just get out and take a look at what we're working with here. So it looks like Teaneck did come out and at least attempt to fill in over here. And when I say attempt to fill in, let me just make that beeping stop. Well, that's you. Greg's got no seatbelt on. It's all right. Let's get out. Let me just park in this hole here. Ooh. Oh, that hole set the ABS off. That's not good. Now, here's the problem. They come out and lay this asphalt, and like, there you go. It just like flakes away when you drive on it. And this is not me trying to ruin it. This is just a crappy repair. And again, they repair that, but not this. I don't think, I mean, I'm not an engineer, but you want something to be smooth. If I go out and say, there's a bunch of holes over there, I want you to fix it, this isn't what I have in mind. And the fact that this costs so much to do is absolutely mind-boggling. Like, these, you're talking cars are inching at 5 miles an hour down this road where they shouldn't be. It's a normal road. You should be able to go 25, 30 miles an hour. And I mean, yes, thanks for the effort, but why bother at this point in time? And I'll give the benefit of the doubt, right? I'll say that, you know what, they're gonna come back out. This was a temporary. This is them saying, we gotta repave that road, but let's go out and at least fix it for now to make it better, and we'll repave it in the spring. That's what I'm hoping for. I thought that last time when I moved in, and they repaired it like this last time, and then it went to crap again. So I'm not too optimistic that that's gonna happen, but what can I do? I'm one guy. I just want a decent road to drive down that doesn't try to swallow my cars. And just the people in my office, I know there was at least 4 flat tires just from the table of people I was talking to. And 4 flat tires isn't good. All right, let me go over to Cosmo's, check on my Supra, because my Supra has to get auctioned off. And I think, they're canceling a lot of stuff with this coronavirus. Anything where there's like more than 7 people. So like all the Yankees games, the Mets games are allowed to go on because nobody goes and watches them. But like anything where there's a large crowd, they've effectively canceled. And like, I don't want to go through the effort. Now, I'm supposed to have a booth at the New York Auto Show. We'll see if that happens. They said they'll refund me if it doesn't happen. So I will actually, assuming the New York Auto Show goes off, I will have a booth there. As far as selling the Supra, I want to send it to like one of these auctions. Amelia Island would have been great. But you email them and they don't even get back to you. It's like, hey, I got a car to sell. And then like I go on and watch the auctions and they're selling a car for like 12 grand. And I'm like, all right, well, they got back to that guy. So maybe it's just a sloppy group of people working there that they have so many leads that they don't even bother chasing them down. But I do want to get rid of this Supra. It is time. And I would like to move on it and build my house and then buy another one. When I'm finished building my house, there's one car I'm going to buy first. Well, I'll replace the Supra, but I'm freeing up the cash to finish my house, then replace the Supra. But I'm going to get a GT3. I want another GT3. I realized every time I look at a picture of my old GT3, I'm like, I love that car. I wish I didn't sell it. And the good thing about cars like that is you can drive them and then sell them. And if you want another one, you can just buy another one. So I will find and buy another one, whether it's a 991 manual, a 991.2 manual, or a 997. I don't know yet, but we shall find out. But I'm telling you, that's in my short list of acquisitions. Now, the next acquisition, as we said in previous videos, I'm giving away 12 cars this year, and I have a little catching up to do because I've been busy on my house and traveling. I was down in Miami for a week, and then I'm going to Vegas in like a week, and then I didn't go to Geneva. That's just a lot of travel. I'm going to start buying cars. I'll have to do like 2 or 3 in 1 month just to catch up, but I will ultimately start cranking them out and do 1 a month with the help of Cosmo at Corsa Motors, who we're going to go check in on now because he's going to be fixing them. And that's important because if I buy it, I'm not expecting it to be perfect, but not all cars are. Let's see what we got here. So the reason my Supra hasn't gotten auctioned off yet, or it's sold or whatever, I'll probably put it on Bring a Trailer. It's probably going to be the easiest way for me to list it, is because it's up in the air and I need to know what size fuel line it has. And I can't reach up there. Hey, car. This car is fun and fast. Got my TRD sway bars down here. I don't really look at the car from underneath too often. This thing's fun, I'm telling you. I can't wait to have another one. I want to have one I can drive. The one thing, more so than the mileage, that prevents me from driving this is the clutch sucks. It's a single disc clutch, and it's just heavy. So when I get another one, I will not have the same clutch setup. but I'll swap the front bumper. I don't know, maybe I'll sell it with the front bumper, without the front bumper. That'll be for the numbers matching guy, the hood and the bumper. But other than that, I'm excited. So the thing won't start. That's why it ended up, I was going to drive it back over to my shop, but the fuel was like pissing out. So I was like, oh, let's fix that. And that was like 6 months ago. That's what happens when you have like a lot of cars and not a lot of motivation. It's like, yeah, I totally want to do that. And then it's just like, hey, Cosmo, can you tell me what size that fuel line is? If you read my text messages, you go through, it's like every like 15th message is, yo, fuel line, fuel line, fuel line. You know what I don't have the size of yet? The fuel line. So hopefully he'll get me that, and we'll get this thing auctioned off in the next 30 days, because that's a reasonable time frame. It'll give me something to do in March, but before April 1st, I'm gonna have this thing sitting at auction. Maybe first 2 weeks of April. Sounds better. It's like warmer out. People are more in the mood to buy stuff. So yeah, that's what you got here. This is Ricky's car. I'm gonna show you Ricky's car because he's selling it too, I think. If you want a cheap, watch your head here, that'll zing you. If you want a cheap Murcielago Roadster, I know Rick is looking to get rid of it, and this one could be yours. So shoot Cosmo an email, cosmo@CorsaMotorsLLC.com, and if that's wrong, I'll put a new email in the description, but that car will be for sale as well. We're just selling cars here. That's amazing. That car's on the lift. That means it's almost done, because that car's been here for so long. Cosmo, yes. You finishing that 360 finally?
Yeah, it's getting that.
That's what, 3 years? That's the longest running car you've had here?
4.5.
4.5 years.
That's definitely
4.5 years. I didn't even have 2 kids 4.5 years ago. And here's my 488, still awaiting parts. As I said last time, the door here is a pain in the butt. It takes like 6 weeks for the door, or whatever, it took like 3 or 4 months last time. But once the parts come in, we'll just do this all in one shot. The actual labor to put it back together, probably about 2 weeks. But I'm shooting to have it up by like mid-April, which is about 6 weeks from now. All right, that's what I got. A lot of people have asked me for like the carbon rotor chunks, like there's a carbon rotor chunk. I'm gonna do the garage sale video. To do the garage sale video requires somebody to list everything, and listing everything is sort of a pain in the butt. So when I have somebody like dedicated to putting everything up somewhere, we'll do the garage sale video, and you guys can buy, bid, get whatever you want for as little as $1. I'm gonna start everything at $1. If it sells for $15,000, it does. If it sells for $1, it's all yours. Rob Ferretti, thank you for watching. Thank you for reaching out to the town of Teaneck on my behalf if you did so, to voice your concerns that you weren't happy with the condition of the roads. They're slightly better, but they're still awful. But that is the government, and that is your tax dollars. Semi-hard at work, sort of like the pothole repairs. Rob Ferretti, signing out. So you guys are familiar with my other company, Adventure Drives, right? Well, this year we've got 2 trips coming up. One, which is starting in Seattle and ending in Jackson Hole in July. That's going up through the Canadian Rockies, coming down through Banff, Yellowstone, Glacier National Park, and Grand Teton National Park. It's gonna be phenomenal. Also, we're gonna be going to Scotland in October. We're gonna be doing Scotch distilleries, playing golf at St. Andrews if you wanna do that, walking around, seeing lakes, waterfalls, driving the North Coast. It's gonna be an amazing trip. Prices start as low as $2,500 per person for the shorter trip in Scotland, about double that for the longer trip in July. If you're interested in going, check out the link in the description.